Section 6 of the National Youth Service Corps Act places in every state government the responsibility to arrange and provide accommodation, boarding, transportation, and to provide other facilities which are essential for the welfare of members of the Service Corps and the success of the scheme in the states, and also to arrange the provision of facilities for orientation courses and winding up exercises. While Section 7 subsection 4 states that every state government shall be required to provide such other facilities and contribute to the implementation and achievement of the programs and projects of the Service Corps in the states, including, but not limited to, land for agriculture, orientation camps, and transportation facilities. The Director General and the management of the National Youth Service Corps appreciates the efforts of all the state governments who have provided adequate facilities for corps members serving in their states, and use this medium to encourage and appeal to other state governments to provide adequate facilities for corps members serving in their states in order to guarantee a smooth and successful service year. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. I am Nkem Okwago. We start off today's episode with Mary J.C. Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Center in Enugu State. Mary J.C. Center is one of the NYSC SAED centers in the state. The center equips corps members with cutting-edge skills in catering and event management. Come with us.
Hello viewers, I'm Abigail Modiagbe. I'm from Edo State. I graduated from Abisali University, Ekpoma, where I studied educational management. As you can see, we are here in Mary J.C. Skills Acquisition Center, one of the SAED centers in Enugu State, where we study catering and event management. Let me take you guys inside to see what we are doing here.
My name is Afemuju Cynthia. This is Mary J.C. Catering and Skill Acquisition Center, and today, of all the days, we'll be having meat pie production. Here is the dough already mixed, and inside the dough, what makes it a dough is that we have the flour there, which is 8 cups of flour leveled, and then 3 eggs full, and we also have a half sachet of nutmeg, Benny inside it. Please take your notes, okay? So after we mix it, we add a little quantity of water to it, and then we mold it into balls just the way it is, because 8 cups, which is 1 kg, always give us 12 pieces. After rolling out, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, and the process of making the meat pie will be having cut out, that's extra that we'll be making. So with that, we'll be getting about 10 to 12 pieces of meat pie per 1 kg. And on this side of me, we have the sauce, that's the filling, normally called. Inside here we have meat, okay? You can use minced meat, or you buy fresh beef in the market, cut it into tiny cubes if you don't want to use minced meat. Are we together?
The full meaning of SAED is Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development. And I came across it when I went to camp. I joined the group, food processing group. And in that through that 3 weeks training, they taught us how to prepare bread, popcorn, cake, and so many things in the camp. So after the camp, I have to continue after the camp. I didn't know anything about all this before now.
My name is Jacinta Obianujunwa Odemene, the CEO of Mary J.C. Catering and Skill Acquisition Center, Enugu. Mary J.C. Catering and Skill Acquisition Center, Enugu is a training center located in Enugu State here in Nigeria that trains corps members on everything they need to know about food processing and preservation, cake making. We have trained about 2,000 core members, and many of them have established themselves. They have set up their own company, factories, and they are doing well.
This training opened my eyes a lot to a lot of things like cake. I can do a lot of things like cake now, do meat pie, even chin-chin. So I can do that now. I want to appreciate NYSC for what they did to us. We can do something with our hands without waiting for a white collar job.
I learned from NYSC Scale Acquisition Center. That was in the year 2014. I'm sure many of you have not heard about it. Then we were actually in a very small place, a very small shop, very close to the UBA bank. I served in the year 2019. I passed out 2020 March before the COVID-19 rose. Then I served in Bayelsa State. There too, I was training my fellow coppers. My roommates, I engaged them in the production of Izals. I also engaged them in production of detours, cake making, and other skills I taught them there. I was in a school where I was teaching the food and nutrition. I also trained some students, that's secondary students, there in food processing and other things I've done there for them. So after my service here, when I came back in March, I came back here to work, and I was given the position as the manager to manage this whole place. And by the grace of God, you can see it now. We are doing our best to keep you well and also to help you acquire some knowledge so that you won't keep waiting for the white collar job. Of course, it's necessary, but I don't really depend on them because I've learned a lot of skills. Single-handedly, I can make as many cakes as possible. I've trained so many persons in different ways. So it's really a nice thing and a very wonderful experience working here and then learning a skill here. You too can be better. I also want to appreciate the NYSC for bringing out this SAED program for everybody and making it compulsory. It wasn't really fun. It was not really fun in the camp, but when you go there for SAED program, you find that some people are sleeping because of the stress in camp. But it's really, really important. If you really know what you want to do, what you want to learn, of course, you shouldn't miss any SAED program. I say kudos to NYSC for bringing out this Scale Acquisition Center. And it's not just one skill. It's versatile. You can pick any one of your choice. It's left for you to pick one and do it with your whole heart. It's just a passion. It helps you to bring out the you in you, bring out that most important thing, that skill, that talent that you have in you, because every one of us here have something hidden inside. If you don't bring it out, you won't know who you really are. I really thank NYSC and the federal government of Nigeria for making this empowerment compulsory, in fact, for all coppers, because you can't be waiting for white-collar job. Every year, every month, people come out of school and out of service here, but you don't know where you're going to find yourself tomorrow. But it is very important to have a skill, especially for we ladies. You can see that majority here, we are all ladies, have something to do. Don't depend on your husband alone, or don't depend on him alone, because he cannot carry the load all alone. Because men today, they don't need a liability anymore. They really need someone who can. Thank you very much.
Yummy! They're set to take over the events and hospitality market in the country and globally. Watch out! We move on to yet another inspiring story of Awolokun Moturayo Helen. Moturayo is a graduate of plant science from Olabisi Onabanjo University in Ogun State. She was posted to Bauchi State for her service year, and she has made so much impact in her host community. As a beneficiary of the NYSC SAED program, she took it upon herself to train juveniles remanded for crimes in the community in the skill of shoemaking, a skill she acquired during the orientation course. These skills would make these young people assets to the community and help them integrate easily into the society after their release. Let us meet Motoraya.
When she came to me with her proposal that she is going to embark on a project in this school, I just look at her and think maybe she will not be able to deliver, because the project needs what? Funding. And I don't know how a co-member will be able to fund that project. So as she came with the letter, I gave her directions on how to write the letter up to my commissioner, so permission to carry on with her project. She brought the letter, I signed, and she took it to the ministry, and later on we got permission for her to continue with the project. Before I know, she gave me that. I saw her with trainees that will train the students on skill acquisitions. I was very, very happy, highly impressed, because I thought it's a dream that will not become reality. But when I saw it happening, I was shocked. So I gave her all the support, not even my students here, even the neighboring schools and even the community. They benefited from the project, because we had people from the Yalwa community. They came, they were trained, and a lot of them are going to continue with that skill acquisition as a business, which is very, very good. Because if you look at education now, what we are saying is that we should go into entrepreneurship. You have to be trained and do what it is possible for you to do with your hand than waiting for government job or white-collar job. That is why even in educational curriculum, we are embarking on technical education, where you will finish and then have something doing. And that is what this core member did to us. We are indeed happy and highly impressive.
I will look Motoraya. I studied plant science from Olabisi Onabanjo University, Ogun State, and I'm a core member. I'm from Ekiti State. What brought me here to Bauchi, to NYSC? When I saw Bauchi State, I was like, to the north, I'm going to redeploy. So then when I got to camp, and then the old activities, I was actually impressed, because I never knew camp would be like that, because I used to hear about camp, and then everything was quite fun. And then at some point, they said we are going to do SAED training. So I joined the shoemaking class, and I did the old training. But at some point, they cut short our camp. The 8th day, I felt bad, because I don't want to go home. I'm enjoying Bauchi. I was actually enjoying Bauchi, so I made up my mind that at least I'm going to continue with my shoemaking training in the town, because we got the facilitator's number. So I continued my training for my shoemaking training, and then at some point I started making palms and slippers for some persons in the house, in family house, NCCF. And then I got to meet someone in the bank, and then I told him about the palm making, and then he said I should deliver palm to them, like 5 Bitula palms, and then I made it for them, and they were so impressed. And then I made it for like 10 persons in Keystone Bank, Bauchi. My pay is the Kodu Private School, GRA, in Bauchi, and then I'm actually teaching them biology. I'm a biology teacher. I'm a school mistress, like the class mistress for SS2. When I go to Bauchi State, and then I see all these children roam about, not doing anything, I thought it wise to actually engage them and do something that will make them do something with their hands and then make money, be self-developed and independent. So I thought it wise of doing a project, sensitize them on self-development, leadership, entrepreneurship, and then teach them skills. And then alongside with that, I thought of donating 10 whiteboard to generals and here, because I got to realize that they don't have whiteboard that they are using. They are just using blackboard. And then I think there is a little bit difficulty in that, and then I thought to try to give it to them. I trained the juvenile children here in remand home. All these children that they committed crimes, kidnapping, they get involved in kidnapping, armed robbery, and all other crimes. So I just felt if I actually teach them all these skills, it will curb crimes, violence, unemployment in our nation. And then if I teach them all these things and then they leave the place, they will not even go back. And then I even issue them certificates. They will look the certificates and then they will be encouraged on doing something better. And that's actually how it all went. And then I gave them just refreshments to encourage them during the training so that they won't get bored. I actually went to NGOs. I went to seek for their support, which some of them, like Child is Gold Foundation, ICRA Foundation for Women and Youth Empowerment, they helped me out. So it's actually a success on my own side, because it's something the girls, rather, they will get to learn all these things, and then at the long run, they will be self-employed, getting money and then be independent, not relying on any other person.
I am by name Zubairu Adamu Hassan. I am a student, bona fide student of this school, General Hassan Usman Katsina Unity College, Bauchi. I am the head boy of this school. So I stand here speaking on behalf of my fellow students to appreciate my thanks and gratitude to our local Motorayo Helen, the core members that teach us in order to see that we become a good citizens and rely on ourselves, not our parents. So we have learned many things. Me, I learned soap making. After the school, I will go home and continue to do what she have already teach us.
I really appreciate what she did, both physically and morally. Not only to educate, but to make a student to become reliable, that is independent, based on teaching them on skills acquisition, to make either shoe, hand sanitizer, etc., etc. If you have this skills acquisition, you may be independent. At the end, if they finish this secondary school, they may be independent to help their parents or their younger ones. So therefore, if such type of a core member like this will provide this type of school skills acquisition to students, I think the nation entirely will move forward. In fact, in this General Hassan, they may never forget, 100 years to come, they will say, okay, there was a core member that helped them to teach them about skills acquisition. So therefore, it's a kudos to her. And I wish her the best. And I wish her, if possible, government should do something about her.
I'm so grateful for NYSC to give me this opportunity, because if NYSC, if I'm not a core member, I won't have achieved all of this, because of my uniform, they get to give me audience in all these places that I went to. Ministry of Education, even I went to Shadawanka Barracks to seek for their support. All these NGOs, they gave me audience because of my copper uniform. So I'm actually grateful, and then I feel fulfilled, because it's something that have been inside me. So, and then me getting to bet out all of these things, I feel fulfilled and successful. My advice to youths and my other core members is, if there is anything inside of you, don't just cover it. Let that inborn potential inside of you bet out. And don't think less of yourself. At some point you'll be discouraged. You feel like, can I actually do this? You feel like, can I actually get funds to do what I want to do? But don't be discouraged. Just carry a step. Just take a step ahead. You see everything falling in place. I appreciate the federal government of Nigeria for this great opportunity, and I appreciate the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development for this opportunity. I'm so grateful, and I appreciate NYSC for this opportunity. I can't really thank you guys. I can't thank you enough for making my dream come to reality. And then I pray that Nigeria is going to be a better place by God's grace.
It is significant that Moturayo thought to empower those at the fringes of society. We all need each other, and we must look at the skills we acquire as a bridge to reach out to others to advance society. We would be right back.
The National Youth Service Corps, a call to service, a call to nationhood. Nigerian youths, stand up and embrace this clarion call. Wherever you are posted, accept it, embrace it. Do not harbor any fears, because your security is assured. Develop common ties with members of your host communities. You would discover that North, South, East and West, we are all brothers with common ties and a shared destiny as one nation. Do not lobby for preferential posting, for it is unpatriotic and illegal. Report at once to the orientation camp as soon as you are posted, and contribute your quota to the overall development of our great nation, Nigeria. The National Youth Service Corps, building future leaders.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. We would love to hear from you. Please write to us on the online handles displayed on your screens right now, and we would write back. Remember, the safety of core members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Nkem Okwogo. Stay safe. The Director General and Management of the National Youth Service Corps wish to remind the general public of the provisions of the NYSC Act, which states in Section 13, subsection 1, that any person who fails to report for service in the Service Corps in the manner directed by the Directorate or as the case may be, prescribed pursuant to the provisions of this Act, or who refuses to make himself available for service for a period specified in subsection 2 of the Act, is guilty of an offense and liable on conviction to a fine or to imprisonment to a term of 12 months or both, fine and imprisonment. Subsection 2 of the Act states that any person who is not eligible to participate in the service year so participates or attempts to participate is guilty of an offense or having served in a service year and has been duly issued with a certificate of national service or certificate of exemption, as the case may be, is guilty of an offense and is liable upon conviction to a fine or imprisonment to a term of 2 years or both fine and imprisonment. All stakeholders, including core producing institutions, prospective core members and guardians, should be guided in their conduct and desist from criminal practices in relation to the scheme. Thank you.